So hello and how you going? In today's video we're going to be talking about is Australia's labour shortage. So my name is Glenn and on this channel I like to talk things about Australia. And in today's video, the labour shortage in Australia. So as you know, backpackers or international holiday makers that actually work, so working visa, they've pretty much stopped. So I think we're down like about 300,000 people in that market, probably even more, because whole backpackers that travel around, working holiday people, they do make up a lot of employment in some sectors like farming, tourism, and some other areas, but other areas they don't like. So, like the construction, being carpenters, being electricians, plumbers, they don't make up a large section of that area. They're either brought in contract workers or most likely they're just Australians that have a trade. And then we have international students. So majority of them did come from China and a smaller proportion from India. I don't think the Chinese ones are coming back. No, there's just too much of a clash between the Australian government and the Chinese government. China's government really wants to punish Australia, especially the Liberal government, for what it determines to be their indiscretions. So so we're actually talking with my brother who lives in Hamilton, regional Victoria, and also his wife and his wife's mum, and they all say his wife's mum, Marie, works as an employment agency, and they just cannot get the workers to fill the job vacancies. And because of that, in regional Victoria, you can get paid up to $30 or even $40 an hour for certain jobs. So that is better than actually getting a job in Sydney or Melbourne, where while there are job squeezes in those markets, you're probably not going to get that wage. So I actually just quit my job because I was working in a bakery. They were paying $22 an hour. I'm thinking they were advertising for jobs paying $25 an hour. So they were getting new people in on a higher wage than what I was. And when I went in, I just pretty much quit. Pretty much all they said is when people ask for a higher wage, I just tell them to F off. So that's when I said, yep, I'm leaving. That's when I made up my mind. So, now I'm actually looking for work. I'm just wondering if in Melbourne, if you can get a job with a good wage. So to actually live in Melbourne, you need a job that's paying pretty much $30 an hour. So 10 years ago, I was getting about $20 an hour. That's a good wage. But with inflation, it's about $28. And with the way house prices are going in Melbourne, it's really bad. It's just, if you want to buy a house, you'd be paying median $800,000 to $900,000. Who the hell's got that? You just can't afford that. You go to the countryside, go to Hamilton, $250,000, you can buy a house, and that's an expensive one. If you buy more than that, then it has to be a really good house, or you're getting ripped off. That's basically it. So, they were talking that they can't get people to fill garden apprenticeships or even just gardeners. They can't get builders. They can't get bricklayers. Bricklayers are really in a short supply. if you wanted to build a house or any type of structure in Hamilton or even around the area, you go to Warrnambool, you go to Horsham, you'll be waiting for 2 years before it starts. So that's how serious it is. Plumbers, electricians, anyone who has a high demand. So also, they can't fill retail, they can't fill probably a lot of government services because there's just not enough people in who actually want to work. So a lot of them, now there is a lot of bums in Hamilton. People on dole and unemployment don't want to work. There's people also that, quite honestly, they just can't work. Okay, just for some reason they can't work. And then there is people who really, they don't want to work, but they're not getting a dole. They've dropped out of the labour market. They've probably got enough money already, and they just really, no, I just want my life to be peaceful. I don't need the hassle of this crap. So here we have job vacancies, and as you can see, we've got February, so this is around the time of the first lockdowns. November when we'll open up, and August. So as you can see, mining is down, so a lot of the job vacancies have been filled, or a lot of the jobs have disappeared. Manufacturing, as you can see, the job vacancies or unfilled positions 23% compared to 8%, so that's quite bad. Electricity, gas, water, waste is pretty much the same. Construction 13.6 to 23.3, so there's a lot more jobs out there. And when you see this, you're saying, oh yeah, I can actually ask for a better wage for my job. It also depends how good you are as well. Wholesale trades 15 to 22.3, retail 13.3 to 21.4. So it just goes on and on. Transport 5.3 to 15.7. So that's a threefold increase in the amount of vacancies that cannot be filled. Then you got information is the same. Telecommunications, finance and insurance doubled. Rental, hiring and real estate services, so 6.9 to 19.3. So that's nearly a tripling of that. So there's not enough people in the real estate area. Professional, scientific and technical services 9.4 to 15.4. Just remember this is to August, so we need a more updated one. So I reckon it's probably pretty much similar to what it is now. If not, it's probably gotten worse in some areas like construction. Okay, public administration and safety has gone down. So a lot of those people kept their jobs, and the vacancies are not really, they were high in the first place. So 30% of jobs are not being filled. Same now, same then. So there's no change in that. And what's the worst one that I've seen? Yeah, probably just a triple. Then we've got other services, arts 3.4. Now it's 9.3. That's triple, but arts and recreation, maybe a lot of people think that is more vulnerable to unemployment. Education and training, not that much. And yeah, so this is why you can probably get, a better wage if you apply for a new job. Number of job vacancies. So this is hundreds of thousands. 8,400. So 23% 3,000 manufacturing, construction 23,000. So you've got 8,300. So this indicates that there is a, based on the percentages, the number of jobs that are available. Administration and support services, 36,800. So if you're not at least getting $5 extra on your wage, then what the hell is wrong? Information telecommunications, only 3,500 job vacancies, so it's quite a lot. So if you actually wanting to get a job with a good wage, retail might pay, but there's a lot of competition. Administration support services, construction definitely pays. They all have always paid good wages, but you can actually get better wages now. Healthcare and social assistance, 51,000. So obviously people don't really want to work in that industry. And there's employment, persons who change jobs during the year. So as you can see, in the last 30 years, it's just decreased. So this is another reason why your job is not increasing in pay, because really, if you want to increase your pay, you need to change the job. Okay, proportion of total employment, same employed persons to change job during the year. It used to be between 16 and 20%. Now it's dropped, or has dropped to I don't know, that's what, 7 to 9%. So really, that's the reason why. And okay, Australian job seekers, job run out of the market. So maybe I'll talk about that in another video. So really, now is a good time to swap jobs. Like the Great Resignation in the United States, it's actually happening here as well. Where I used to work in the last 6 months, they've probably lost five of the best people that can do the most amount of work, and are also pretty smart enough to do all the work. So they're really losing the good workers, and the workers that are actually staying are not really that good. But the good workers that are still staying there, they're probably going to jump ship soon anyway, because it's just really not worth them staying there when they just have to do more work now, but the pay increases is not really sufficient to actually go with the amount of work that they're getting. And that's pretty much what's going to happen in Australia, because if you're not going to pay higher wages, especially when inflation's increasing, and if you are doing more work for the amount of pay you're getting paid 5 years ago, really that's not the way it works in a tight market where labour is short and employees want workers. You're just going to pay high wages, whereas people are just going to walk. That's the way it is. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Hope you found it interesting and informative. And just remember, if you're getting paid minimum wage, you'll probably get paid more money.